What's going on, my YouTube family? It's Das here. Welcome back to another video. So today we're going to break down 3 oversold, beaten down stocks that I'm looking at right now in the stock market. We're going to break down some charts, my thoughts on these stocks, and my plans with these stocks. So sit back, relax, take a sip of your coffee, go down below, get your $50 from M1 Finance, limited time by the way, and check out my Patreon if you want all my real-time buys, sells, call outs, a morning update video, and more access to me throughout the day. All of that's on Patreon, link down below. And with that being said, let's get right into the video. So far today, we're about 2 hours in, and the markets are slightly red. The S&P is down 0.1, same with the Dow, and same for the NASDAQ 100 for that matter. But the Russell is up 0.4, so nice bounce back day so far for the Russell, and we will break this down a bit further in my video later on today. We focus more on the market update and what the markets did in my second video of most days where I upload 2 videos. So make sure to subscribe if you don't want to miss that. So yeah, overall, pretty decently red day, nothing too crazy. But if you look here on my watch list, a lot of my stocks are up. A lot of the stocks I track, at least. In full disclosure, I don't own all of these stocks on the watch list, but that's why it's called a watch list, because we're watching them, and a bunch of them are green. So let's break down the 3 in particular that I'm personally looking at right now that are a bit beaten down, but the patterns are holding up quite nicely, and I feel like there could be a recovery in these. So number 1 is Carnival Cruise Line, ticker symbol CCL. And before you guys say, Stas, you talk about the same stocks. Well, the truth is, guys, you don't got to look at different stocks every single day. You could watch the same basket of 10 stocks, and the only thing that matters really is the technicals, at least if you're short-term trading, or rather are the technicals for all the grammar Nazis out there. So you don't have to look at 3,000 different stocks every week, because at that point you're going to get too, I feel like, for me at least, I like looking at a small portion of stocks and trading them over and over again. I mean, that's what's worked for me, rather than looking at thousands of stocks. But anyway, I don't want to get off topic here. Number 1 is CCL, which admittedly we do talk about a lot here on the channel, but it's okay because now it's setting up quite nicely, and I've traded in and out of this about 3 times, I believe, over the past month, which all of those trades were wins, and at this point, I'm looking to see if we can get a 4th trade. We're noticing we're uptrending. That's very clear, at least over the past month. We've been in this uptrending channel, and now with today's green day of about 3%, we're fighting with that 50 SMA and the 180 SMA on the 4-hour chart, and that's at about $22.75 to about $23. I did have an alert earlier in the day at $22.75, which did break, so I'm going to put another one here at $23 because I believe if $23 breaks on CCL, we're going to be trading towards the top of this uptrending channel, whether it's $24.50, $25, and that'd be putting us back over those moving averages here on the 4-hour, and that would be a very good sign of a breakout. So I think CCL does have some legway here, or headroom, whatever you want to call it, headway, and it has about 6-7% from where we are at about $22.75, $23, of course, depending on where you enter the position. So I like CCL here, being patient and waiting for that $23 mark to break. Stock number 2 is DraftKings, another one that I traded, only once, to be honest. I swing traded it for a couple months. It was more like a 2-month hold, and we made about, I think, 11% on that position. It was a very good trade. I sold out, and I timed the sell very nicely, which doesn't always happen. I sold out pre-market the day they reported earnings, I believe. If you guys remember, they ran up to $55 per share roughly. Yeah, $54.95. I literally sold at $54.60, and it's been choppy ever since. They announced that acquisition of GNOG. You know, they're buying Golden Nugget Online Gaming, which was nice. And full disclosure, I also had Golden Nugget Online Gaming. I own that at about 12. I sold out of that, made 50%. That was earlier this month. So it's been a good month nonetheless. I'm not trying to toot my own horn here, but at this point, ever since they announced that buyout, or the acquisition rather, the stock's been selling off a bit, and it's been choppy like we just saw. It went from 55 to about 50. Now it's holding 52, which happens to be right around the moving averages on the 4-hour chart. In fact, we're now, with today's 2% green day, we're moving above the 50 SMA, and we confirmed the higher low above the 180 SMA. So this looks very good for a continuation play. And one thing worth mentioning is, and you guys can now see it based on the line that I just drew, the trend line, DraftKings is in a wedge, right? Lower highs plus higher lows have been made. So now we're about to test the resistance of the wedge yet again at $53 most likely. That is where it's going to test. And if that breaks, I'm thinking 55 is next, which we just talked about, how I sold right under 55, and that's been a sticking point for months. And I'm telling you guys, once 55 breaks, this thing is going to go bananas. I really, truly believe that it has a shot back to the low 60s. Heck, maybe mid 60s, but I don't want to get ahead of myself because we're not above 55 yet. Just keep that in mind, though. In a couple months, if DraftKings is at 60, 65, you'll remember this video, and you'll remember me calling it out. And we're probably both going to make money at that point, because I'm probably going to wait until it breaks 55, because I don't want to get caught under 55 and get caught in a bull trap. But if we take 55 out, break that high finally, that is where volume will step in my opinion. We get that leg up, boom, we could buy the breakout. That would be a pretty solid opportunity, at least in my opinion. And of course, I'm not a financial advisor. You must always do your own research, due diligence, make your buys and sells based on your opinions, not these videos, because this is my opinion, of course. And let's get on to the next stock. And now that I'm looking at CCL's up another 10 cents from when we started filming this video. Look at that. Whoa, what a move, guys. CCL went from 21.89 to 22.89 in the middle of the day today. That's a 5% move intraday. That is one heck of a move. And the final stock, which I do have a position in right now, I bought earlier, is Square, ticker symbol SQ. I bought this one in the low 263s, I think 263.10, something like that. And again, all of my Patreon members, you get all my real-time buys whenever I buy, whenever I sell, lock-in profits, all that good stuff for trades, long-term investments. You get all of that on Patreon, so linked right down below. And I bought this earlier, again at about 263.10. Now it's at 263.70. And my goal on this, ultimately, guys, is to sell anywhere from the 270 to 275 range. But overall, I feel like I could hit 290, but I'm not sure if I'm going to hold all the way to 290. But I like the pattern. I really like the pattern on Square. We pulled back for a couple of days, shook out some weak hands. We got into correction territory, down about 12%. And with today's move of us holding above the 180 SMA and seeing a nice spike not pre-market, it was at market open, and the pullback followed by market open, I think that's a pretty decent entry on the continuation of the uptrend. Could I be wrong? Could I lose money? Absolutely. I've been wrong in the past. I mean, I'm not a freaking saint. What am I? I'm just a human, guys. But for me, this looks like a pretty decent opportunity. So I'm looking at Square, I'm looking at CCL, I'm looking at DKNG, and full disclosure, I only own one of these right now. I own Square, like I just said, and a couple other ones. If you guys stuck till the end, I'll do a fast little bonus round. SoFi is making a good move. It's up 4% today. Looks like it's holding above that 14 support over the past, which has held over the past couple of months, which is nice. And I bought SoFi after they reported earnings. I bought at $15.56, and I just bought more yesterday. I believe it was at $14.10, and now my average cost on SoFi is at about $15.05, 14.02. Might as well just call it 15. Very, very low 15s. And I'm happy with that. And I think that's a pretty decent average cost right now. And I'm still down in my position. Don't get me wrong. I'm down, but I'm willing to hold this one, ride out the volatility, and I still haven't fully built it out yet, to be honest. I have about 60% of my goal position built, so that gives me a little bit of wiggle room. Just in case it falls down even more, I could maybe even double down on my position, and we'll see. We'll see. Overall, I'm very happy with SoFi. I like it, and that's it. That's a bonus one. We just covered 4 stocks, guys. I hope you all enjoyed the video, and looking at CCL, it's up even more. It's up even more now. It's above 2280. So this one's ripping. We're going to be watching it closely. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, hit the like button. Make sure to subscribe. Drop me a comment. And check out my Patreon. Like I said, if you're interested in all my buys, sells, call-outs, morning update videos, exclusive content, all of that's on Patreon. Link down below. Or you guys can go to StocksRFest.com/Patreon. StocksRFest.com/Patreon. Make sure to also get your $50 from M1 Finance. Deposit $100 using my link down below. We each get $50 to invest with, and you could get 2 stocks from Webull up to $1,600, also with a $100 deposit, which is also linked right down below. So I'll catch you guys in the next video later on today. I'll see you there. Thanks for watching again. As always, keep crushing the market. Stay safe out there. Peace out.